Today is such a cold and rainy day. I thought it'd be a great day to do some baking. And since we are thinking of prepping and being prepared, I thought I would share with you my baking box, which stays on a lower shelf in my pantry. I don't bake as much as I'd like to, and the things that were in here were taking up a lot of cabinet space. So instead of having these things on my shelf, and instead of having them loose in the pantry, I decided to make a baking box. And I will share with you what's in here. We have flour, just regular unbleached flour. This is the one that I have almost finished. I'll probably use that up today. I have my powdered sugar, which is good for frosting, all-purpose kind of frostings. I keep my baking soda in here. And here's an extra baking soda. Vanilla extract I keep in here. I also have one in my cabinet, so this is my backup. Baking powder is in here. My cornmeal is in here, which this might be a little past its expiration date. I haven't used it in a while, but it looks good. I mean, this process has been working out pretty good, it seems. Like, I haven't had things go bad or buggy, and I live out in the country, so, I haven't had any critters get in, mice get in. I have some masa corn flour for making tortillas, which I have not made any tortillas. I had all good intentions. Oh. Light brown sugar. I think we're going to use some of that today. I have some beet sugar, which I very rarely use, but if you're going to make a syrup or anything that you want to be shelf stable, you have to use beet sugar, white sugar, and at least this is non-GMO. I have my yeast. Now, yeast will go bad. This says it's good through May of 2022. So I should be okay. I mean, I don't bake enough to have this much yeast, but I got it. I have my cornstarch in here. And I usually have, one more yeast, an assortment of dried fruit. And you can whip up some good, like, muffins or bread, like a blueberry bread, or just, you can make, I have my oats in another container, but you can make, granola bars or homemade granola so easily. So I really love to keep a variety of dried fruit on hand. So this is everything right now that's in my baking box. And I think I do need to add a few things. But that's just my way of storing it. You might find that useful in your prepping plans. And I will say that this is like my working pantry. I do have backups in the actual long-term storage room. I have more sugar, light sugar, brown, dark brown and light brown sugar, regular organic cane sugar, and powdered sugar, and a few more things that are in the long-term storage. So this is like my working pantry. And this was really helpful for freeing up a bunch of my limited cabinet space. Okay, so my little update. When I went to my cabinet, I found I had way more oats These have been opened. So these have not even been opened. So I'm going to put these oats in here. And I had brown sugar on my shelves in the cabinet, so I don't need that. And I have my nutritional yeast, which I have saved a shaker bottle to refill. So this, I have another one of these in my prepper pantry, but this again is the working, this is like middle ground, okay? I go through a lot of oats, and I sometimes use quick oats, but these are the kind that I use for baking cookies and for making granola bars, or granola. This is the oats I use for that. And it is nothing easier than making your own granola, so I strongly suggest you try it. Matter of fact, I'm just going to put this in here. I'll remember where it is. So there we go. Baking box. Now let's make these muffins. Okay, so first I preheated the oven to 375 and oiled my muffin pan with coconut oil. Then I put 1 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour, and I used 3/4 of a cup of organic cane sugar, 1/2 cup of dark brown sugar, well packed, a teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. You're going to need 2 bowls, one for your wet ingredients, by the way. Then we add 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, I kind of eyeballed this part, but we're adding about a 1/4 teaspoon of cloves, a sort of generous dash of nutmeg, and then I wanted to add some ground ginger as well to give it that nice cozy fall pumpkin spice vibe. Mix all these dry ingredients together until they're well combined, and then get another bowl for all your liquid ingredients. These eggs have been sitting out and they are at room temperature. We're going to use a whole can of pumpkin, not pumpkin pie filling, just the 100% pure pumpkin. You could use fresh pumpkin as well. And we're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. And this is coconut oil. I melted it in the oven that was preheating in one of these oven safe measuring cups. Just a 1/2 cup, and I'm adding it very gradually because it's so hot. I don't want to scramble these eggs in here. So just keeping it moving and adding it a little bit at a time should be fine. And then we will mix that until it is well combined. And then we add our wet ingredients to the dry ingredients, And we're just going to blend them until they're combined, not overmixed. Otherwise you won't get fluffy muffins. For this part you can use an ice cream scoop. I don't have an ice cream scoop, so I am using my all-purpose wooden spoon here to fill each cup pretty much full. It's a thick batter, and we want it to have a nice crown on the top of our muffins. And then I had some fresh blueberries in the fridge, so I decided, why not? Put them on top and pressed them in gently with the handle of this spoon. And then I added some raw pumpkin seeds just to, make it more festive. And they turned out so beautiful. Look at that. Now we're ready to taste, so I had to make a nice fresh pot of coffee. Because what goes better with a muffin than a nice fresh cuppa? These muffins turned out so nice, and they freeze really well. You can just put them in a Ziploc bag, put them in the freezer, and it really doesn't take a long time to heat them up in the morning for a quick snack, something to take with you on the road. The texture was lovely, really delicious. As you can see, I am enjoying myself. So I hope you're taking care, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.